سكر المطرانية اللي سرقوها يردوها شو خليها تلوها.
I'm humbled by the opportunity to speak here today and so very proud to stand amongst you in the defense of our mother Syria. They say you can take the Syrian out of Syria, but you can never take the Syria out of the Syrian. And I feel that's very true. We know we are a part of something greater, something that has been there since the beginning of civilization and will be there till its end. And to anyone in the crowd who isn't Syrian, I'd like to quote to them the words of a great historian. Everyone has two homelands, his own and Syria. This is my first time speaking at a rally, so please excuse me if I'm ineloquent, but no words could suffice to convey how my heart burns at the injustice I have witnessed in my lifetime. They say if you do not learn from history, you are bound to repeat it. I have been history student from the wars against Afghanistan, Iraq and Libya. I have learned that when the US government says democracy, they mean voting for the man that they select for you. And if you object, it means being tortured in Abu Ghraib or Guantanamo Bay. It means having your children raped in front of you by the prison guards and your father beat to death. US democracy means being shot at a protest because you want to take your school back from the soldiers who have garrisoned it. It means replacing secular governments for theocratic sectarian regimes that are equally despotic, if not more so. This is the democracy that the US is killing Syrians for. I learned when the US says it's fighting Al-Qaeda, it means creating it in Afghanistan and promoting it and arming it and sending it to every nation they have set their sights on, Iraq, Libya and now Syria, where once again they use it as their proxy army. When the US says no-fly zone, they mean massive aerial bombardments of nations and destruction of infrastructure, hospitals, power plants. When they say humanitarian intervention, it means murdering thousands of innocent civilians. It means dead babies being pulled from the rubble. When they say freedom of press, they mean killing journalists, bombing TV stations, and blocking satellite channels, like what is happening in Syria and with Press TV. When the US says WMDs or chemical weapons, they don't mean the ones whose existence they invented as a pretext for war, but instead the weapons they intend to use over our homes and our loved ones. Chemical weapons like white phosphorus that burn your flesh to the bone and depleted uranium that not only kills but poisons generations. I learned that the media lies and the public buys and all the sorries and retractions in the world won't bring back the lives that the wars and the lies have cost. So I marched and I shouted for the sake of Iraq and Afghanistan, for Lebanon, for Palestine, knowing I would one day march against war for my own nation. I'm standing here to bear witness for every life that was stolen by the imperialism of the US and Israel and its vassals, the Gulf Arab states, including the lives of my countrymen. I am here speaking in the name of Maya Nasser, Yara Abbas, Yusuf Al-Azma, the unnamed soldier and the unnamed child. I'm here to say enough is enough. It ends here. Syria is the nation that will end it. I am glad to be a student of history, lest I be a victim of it, like those who are holding the three-star flag of the French mandate, begging for foreign powers to kill their brothers. We will never accept the traitor Idris and the SNC who shake the hands of Zionists like McCain and Joe Lieberman, while Israel occupies and bombs our nation. Let there be no mistake. It is for the sake of Israel that the US is waging a proxy war on Syria. It is because Syria has the honor to refuse to surrender to the Zionist occupier and relinquish our support of the resistance, unlike the Gulf Arab states. Nor will we surrender. The imperialists often use divide and conquer, either by religious or tribal lines. In Libya it was tribal, in Iraq it was religious. And from the media war against Syria, they have said time and time again since the beginning, it's Sunnis against Alawis. I belong to the Sunni sect that supposedly wants NATO to bomb my country. Well, in their dreams that this should be anywhere near to the truth. We, the nation that brought the world all three monotheistic religions, who have lived amongst each other peacefully for thousands of years, will not be divided. nor will our proud ancient civilization kneel to foreign powers to be our supers. No foreign power has the right to tell us how we should live. It is our land, our sky, our army, our president, our choice. No one has the right to decide for us. That is freedom. With our souls, with our blood, we sacrifice for Syria.